Up next, we're going to be talking about Spirited Away, one of the greatest anime movies of all time, next to Pokemon Forever and Pokemon Heroes. Those are two of my also all-time favorite movies when it comes to anime. Spirited Away has affected me in so many ways that I can't even put into words. The reason why I say this is because I remember watching Spirited Away on Cartoon Network and ABC Family, and I believe it came on Disney Channel one time. I think could be misremembering, but I think it did. But it was like censored a little bit. Did they like cut out like the part where they're like in the shower and it's like No Face is running around like a creature? I swear it was on there like once and never played again. But it came on Cartoon Network 3 or 4 times, and it came on ABC Family 2 or 3 times. I remember seeing it on both channels. And this was back before I knew what anime was. This was back when I still watched the Fox Box, used to watch Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles, the Winx Club, all my good stuff. Yu-Gi-Oh, the OG Yu-Gi-Oh. Back when I used to watch Kids WB, this was around that same time. Matter of fact, this was before that actually. As I think I was like 4 years old when I first watched Spirited Away. And Spirited Away hit me with the biggest wave of nostalgia as a kid. I felt the feeling of nostalgia as a kid, but couldn't put it into words. I loved it so much, and I didn't know what anime actually was back then. I thought it was just really detailed cartoons. And Spirited Away was one of these super detailed cartoons, right? And I love pretty much everything about it. Main reason why I love it, there's something about the main character being a girl that kind of makes it better. I feel like in media we see a lot of main characters who are boys, so it was a nice change of pace just for it to be about a teenage girl. And Miyazaki writes women amazingly. Like, a woman can't complain about like sexism or nothing like that, because literally those movies have strong women in every single movie. They're not sexualized, nothing. It's like perfect. And I love the main character Chihiro because she is literally a kid's kid. She is a kid. She's moving. We don't even get to see where the original place that they lived was. But she's moving with her family. She's in the back seat, kind of disappointed, feels alone, kind of frustrated, like any other kid. I remember feeling those same feelings as a young black boy, moving around a lot, right? And her mom and dad aren't really fully paying attention to her. It's a whole Coraline thing before Coraline, you know what I'm saying? Coraline was the same way. Honestly, Neil Gaiman probably got a little bit of inspiration from Spirited Away. Because Coraline and Spirited Away are both kind of creepy and eerie. But there's this strange thing about Spirited Away that makes it feel almost like a Disney movie. Miyazaki is like the Japanese Walt Disney. And that's the beginning of it. Then you see them, they stop by this like strange, scary looking rock. They walk through this little cave. When they go through the cave, they're in this like kind of bus station looking place. Then they walk through another place, and then boom, they're outside. And it's crazy because as a kid, you don't understand that they literally just walked into the spirit world, right? And the movie gets so deep because it's her, Chihiro, her mom and dad. They're walking around. Her mom and dad are greedy. They see these plates of food. They start eating the food. They turn into pigs. Chihiro's like, oh my gosh. And then basically they kind of like low-key disappear for the rest of the movie until the ending. And it's like, now she's running around with this little boy, and this little boy is kind of familiar to her, but she doesn't understand why she kind of feels like she knows him and she feels safe with him. But of course we end up finding out that it's that Haku is like the ocean it's like the little ocean by where she used to live. I believe it's where she moved from, I believe. But he's like an ocean spirit or a lake spirit. And, Haku is kind of helping her throughout the movie, but he's also kind of being kind of a douchebag. We get this strange kind of feeling like he cares about her, but he's also kind of a douche for some reason. And then, of course, we get all the different frog spirits and radish spirits and all these different spirits in this bathhouse. And you see all these whimsical characters that kind of come in and out. We see No Face throughout the movie. And No Face is kind of a reflection of whoever he sees. Whoever he sees, he pretty much acts like and takes the personality of them. He's like a mirror to people. So if a person is nice to him, he's nice to them. If the person is greedy, he becomes greedy. If the person makes him behave, he behaves. He's like a little kid. And, he's a good representation of a child. Throughout this movie, Chihiro has to be very brave. And she's a very brave, strong female character. Miyazaki loves his strong, brave female characters. And I remember, I have the movie, I have the DVD. I got it from Walmart. And I remember watching the part where it's basically like this man, if I remember correctly, he painted the scenes before he actually made the movie. So he just like kind of painted the scenes. He got the inspiration from the little girl, you know, Shihiro, from like his friend's daughter, and then the actual place where all this stuff is taking place, like the bathhouse, that's actually like a real little city that you can go and like explore. And it's just crazy how he turned that into like this mystical, magical movie. And the movie still is magical now. Like I can watch it on, what is the word I'm looking for? Marathon mode all day and never get tired of it, and I never burned out of it. Same thing with Howl's Moving Castle. It's one of my favorite movies of all time. I love how there's like the two different witches, and when I was a kid I thought it was the same witch and she was just like bipolar or something. I was like, why is she living here and then leaves and then has her own little house over there? Like, you know, like that was like the feeling I used to get with that movie. I was like, they're the same person, but no, it's two different people. They're twins, whatever. There's so many highlights in this movie. One of my favorite highlights is when she gets a ticket. I believe she gets it from the boiler room from the spider dude. I can't remember his name. And they get on the train. Like No Face follows her. They get on the train and they're just going from stop to stop, and there are spirits getting on the train, and they're going to the afterlife. Like it's so. I love that so much. Just that little scene makes me so hyped. I think about it in my head. I'm inspired by it. It's gonna be something similar to that in my own novel because I just love that so much. If you guys don't know, I'm inspired by my childhood. So all this stuff you see up here, I'm inspired by. It is what it is. But the main ones is Naruto, Demon Slayer, and Inuyasha, because I know that's ones that other people also like. Very marketable. Y'all will love it. I mean, it is what it is. And Kingdom Hearts is also another big inspiration. But this movie touches my soul. It touches my heart. Like, I literally love this movie so much, to the point where there's so much good stuff I can say about it. I always feel like if a movie is rewatchable, like you can watch it 15 times and not get bored of it, that means it's a good movie. I've watched it. There was a time where I watched it like 3 or 4 times in a row, did not get bored of it, still get the same feelings from it. Same thing with Howl's Moving Castle. The feelings I get when I watch old Pokemon movies, the same feelings I get when I watch these. Miyazaki, when it comes to creating movies, is a legend. Honestly, it'd be cool if he made my novel into a movie. Shoot, that would be amazing. Even, we saw how Earthsea went though with his sons. I don't know, but that would be cool if they made a movie. Even if the movie was trash, I would still have it and put it in my closet as a collector's item. Like, y'all really made my dream come true. Like, I would literally be crying. I wouldn't even care if the movie was trash and it was a bad adaptation. But yeah, man, it's one of the big things that inspires my life. I think about the movie all the time, just like how I told you guys in the other video. Sometimes I think about Let Me In, the movie. This one also is in the back of my mind, but it's in the back of my mind because it scratches my childhood itch, you know, of being a child again. It reminds me of my childhood and how I used to act as a child, and I compare how I used to act as a child to kind of how Shihiro acts in the movie. Versus Let Me In, where that kind of scratches my horror itch. You know, it's very horror. Like, you know, we all have like different itches of stuff. But hope you guys enjoyed this video. Like, comment, subscribe, follow your boy, and I'm out.